Hello everyone, this is Bryant with Amusement Source.media, and we are here back in San Antonio at SeaWorld San Antonio. Very excited today because the Seven Seas Food Festival has returned. This is one of my top 3 times of the year to come to the park. The one thing I will say, it's definitely pretty busy out here, so this is a popular time of year. The weather is not horrible yet. It is a little warmer than seasonally expected today, but we're still excited to try out some food. So SeaWorld's Seven Seas Food Festival features 10 food and drink booths, give or take. You can try food from all around the world, so you can buy a sampler, go in. It's really easy, really streamlined. All the food here is fresh. If you've been to the other SeaWorld parks, sometimes it's prepared in advance. Not here. They make it right in the booth and it is delicious. So we're excited to try some of the new offerings they have, try some of the favorites from the past seasons. So let's head into the park. Made our way through security and we just caught the end of them showing off a possum. So it looks like they're taking the possum back, but you never know what you're going to see here at SeaWorld San Antonio. There's all kinds of animal experiences to go on top of everything else. And we have made our way into the SeaWorld proper entrance, where you actually have to have admission to get in. And as you swing around, you can see you've got your welcome booth. And I just want to point out real fast, a 15 sampler package is $85 and a 10 sampler package is $70. Now, if you have a pass and it is in SeaWorld San Antonio is your home park, you do get 3 free punches if you buy the 15 sampler card. So we were able for $85 to get 18 samples, which is a pretty good deal. We have acquired our 18 sample lanyard, so you can see there's like a barcode on the back of the lanyard. They scan that and then of course they punch, and if you don't use all of your punches today, of course you can come back and use them. They also have these event guides, just give you a lay of the land and show you all of the menu offerings. Right across from the Sea Star Theater you run into your first booth, which is Brazil. You can see the main entrance to this little area here. There's seating and stuff and fun decor you can see all over the trees. They've got a little fun photo op over there. Oh yes, I am starving. I am ready to eat. Let's take a look at the menu. And you can see here they've got that Bauru Brazilian roast beef sandwich for $8.99, the assorted empanadas $6.99, spicy beef chicken spinach, frozen blackberry acai for $5.99. You also have wine and cocktails down there. And it is important to point out you can purchase the lanyards and redeem your lanyards at all of the separate food booths. We went ahead and got the Bauru, which is the Brazilian roast beef sandwich. Did take a minute for them to get this out, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. That means that it's fresh. So you can see you've got cheese, roast beef, you've got some pickle and tomato on there and a nice dipping sauce. So let's give it a try. All right, y'all, let's give the sandwich a try. It's definitely really hot when we got it. It's really good. So the bread is crispy, but not dry at all. And then the roast beef, of course, has a really, really nice flavor. Of course, with the cheese and the vegetables that you get on there, it kind of balances it all out. Really nice. So right after Brazil, you run into Hawaii, which is a representative, of course, of the Pacific Ocean. You can see there's a fun surfboard photo op over there, and then of course the main booth is right here. So let's take a look. Lots of new stuff at this booth this year. So you can see you've got the returning Huli Huli chicken for $7.99, the brand new Hula Dog, Hawaiian sweet roll smoked sausage, sweet cabbage slaw, red chili aioli, and a furikake seasoning. There's the Kalua pork slider, slow-cooked pork shoulder topped with tropical slaw served on a sweet yeast roll. The Hawaiian macaroni salad with Spam, which is macaroni, Spam, pineapple, edamame, carrots, green onion. You also have the returning poke bowls with a few different options. You've got the sorbet, and then of course you have cocktails and draft beer. Alright y'all, we're gonna try two brand new things from the Hawaii booth. Here is that hula dog, which you can see is dressed really nicely. It definitely looks like it's gonna be a bit of a mess, but that's okay. And then we've got this macaroni salad, which sounded really interesting. I feel like this could go one of two ways, but I'm a pretty big fan of like Hawaii flavor mashup, so I'm hoping it's pretty delicious. It looks really good for sure. Alright y'all, let's try this macaroni salad. It's got a lot of bold flavors going on. Oh wow, there's a little bit of a spice in there. That's actually really nice. There's a lot of pineapple, but of course you've got kind of your standard macaroni salad. It is a very fresh thing though. I do really appreciate that, especially as it gets hotter out here. But I will say it's a very particular taste, but I like it. I think once you probably get past the sauce that's on top, it's less of a spice factor and more of just like your fresh and sweet factor, but really nice. All right, y'all, let's try this hula dog. It is definitely very messy. There's a lot of sweetness going on there, but the sausage really cuts into that. The sausage is good. I don't really feel like any of the flavors overpower the other one, but like I said, it's very messy, so just keep that in mind, but super delicious. And right out front of the penguin encounter, you run into your next booth, which is Japan. So, let's look at that menu real quick. You can see a lot of returning favorites: the chicken gyoza, fried chicken dumplings, cabbage slaw, spicy ginger, sticky rib, slow roasted pork rib, and a sweet sticky soy marinade. The tagarashi seared tuna, my goodness, which doesn't say that it's new, but it is new. And you can see the yuzu sorbet, the matcha green tea ice cream, and then you've got your cocktails and your draft beers there. Now, one thing to point out is right across from the Japan booth, you do have the Living Garden show, which we unfortunately missed. So the next one is at 3. I don't think we'll be on this side of the park at 3, but just keep that in mind. You can see the show times over there: 1, 3, 4:45, 6:15, 7:30. Here at the Japan booth, we opted to go with the chicken gyoza. I don't know how to say that. I'm probably going to get killed over it, but it's fried chicken dumplings, cabbage slaw, and then of course you've got the togarashi seared tuna, which is new. Even though it's not listed as new, it is. We were able to confirm that. And that's the yellowfin tuna, sesame, lime, ginger, soy, spring onion, arugula, and lemon. So let's give them a try. Very nice backdrop for this food review. Let's try this chicken gyoza. So just like fried dumplings, like I said. It's really good. You've got a really nice crunch on the outside of the dumpling, which tells you that it's nice and fresh and well maintained. All the stuff on the inside is great. I'm not sure that I really tasted the sauce with the dumpling. Maybe the dumpling overpowered the sauce a little bit. That's totally okay. It's definitely something I would get again. I will say, with it being fried, it is a little bit on the heavier side. Obviously, this isn't like a full portion of food, but just something to keep in mind. All right, y'all, let's give this tuna a try. This is definitely an acquired one, okay? So that's pretty good. You can definitely tell that that's different from the tuna dishes they've had here previously. It's got a really zesty flavor, a little bit on the sweet side. If you're on the fence about raw fish, this might be something to cautiously try, because I think it cuts through a lot of the raw fish taste. But all around, really well seasoned piece of tuna. I know we're doing all kinds of food festival stuff today, but I wanted to show you all the progress on the brand new attraction, Catapult Falls. You can see that elevator lift is like pretty much, it looks fully constructed. I'm sure there's a lot of work to do on it still. You've got that kind of double down drop going on right into the little splash area here. So progress is moving right along. I think they still got quite a bit to do, but really looking forward to this ride. And right across from Wavebreaker, you run into the Korea booth. And you can see here, it is the beef bulgogi bowl, which is a returning favorite. You've got the new chicken bulgogi bowl, jackfruit bulgogi bowl, the galbi, which is the beef short ribs, and sweet corn ice cream, which is also new. And that's I don't do really well with the weird ice creams that come from some of these countries, but you know, it's just a flavor preference. All right, y'all, we went ahead and did double bulgogi bowl goodness. On the left is the chicken, on the right is the beef. They do look very similar. I do think the only difference in the ingredients is the meat type. So these have been really good in the past. Let's give them a try. All right, everyone, we're gonna try the brand new one, which is the chicken bulgogi bowl. Oh yeah, it's really good. One thing I really appreciate is how all the flavors are so different from booth to booth. Chicken is well cooked, well seasoned, really nice. There's rice in here. The rice is maintaining really well. You know, sometimes rice gets a little weird. Let's try this beef one real quick. It's probably gonna be about the same, but in beef. Yeah, the beef, same kind of base of flavor, but the beef flavor is way different than the chicken one. So these, I will say these, it was kind of weird to have the two on the menu separately, but I can see why, because the chicken and the beef are two very different flavors. I don't know which one I like more. I think they're both delicious. I think beef is kind of like the OG, so flavor-wise I might like that one a little bit more, but the chicken one is definitely a nice new option. And as you swing around from Great White, you run into the Jamaica booth, which is representing the Caribbean, of course. And they have quite a bit of new stuff this year as well. Let's get on this menu here. So you've got the returning jerk chicken with Caribbean slaw, barbecue, pork, and white cheddar macaroni. But then you've got the barbecue jerk chicken mac and cheese. You've got the curry chicken street patty with Scotch bonnet vinegar. Sounds interesting to me. Spicy beef street patty with Scotch bonnet vinegar. And then, of course, you've got your passion fruit and guava cream custards. You've got your rum raisin ice cream. And then the new mountain coffee ice cream. And of course, they have those cocktails and the beer, which are all also new. And here at the Jamaica booth, we went ahead and got the curry chicken and the barbecue mac and cheese, barbecue jerk chicken mac and cheese, both new. Very interesting. This booth can sometimes be a little hit or miss, so hopefully some of these new flavors are nice. All right, we're gonna try this chicken curry patty stuff first. That's really interesting. I would say the inside has a really nice flavor. It's got a little bit of a kick to it, not too much though. The chicken is nice. For me, the vinegar doesn't really add anything to this. I could do without the vinegar. I will say, outside of this shell, a little bit on the dry side, but it doesn't seem like it's old, you know what I mean? So maybe it's intended to be that way and the vinegar is supposed to break that up, but I'm not sure. Let's try this mac and cheese real quick. I'm a sucker for mac and cheese. I don't care what kind of mac and cheese is. Whoa, we got a lot here. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty lightly seasoned. The barbecue sauce kind of takes over a little bit for sure, but I think that's kind of the intent for that. Out of these two dishes, I would say that the mac and cheese is probably the best. But we definitely have a love and hate relationship with Jamaica. Just, I don't know, the food's really particular and it's sometimes hit or miss. These aren't necessarily bad, but as far as, you know, the things we've eaten so far, probably like the worst thing, but it's perspective. It's not that it's bad food. It's just from what we've done so far, this has been the least satisfying. So over here near the entrance to Rio Loco, you run into the wine connoisseur booth, which we're gonna pass on. And you also have the Seven Seas Exchange, which is a gift shop, and it looks very barren in there. Like, there's not a lot of stuff in there at all. Right across from the Orca Stadium, you've got the Groove Chefs hanging out here, but you also have the Grease booth. It is pretty It's pretty poppin' over here, so let's go find us a menu that's unobstructed. And here's a look at that grease menu. You can see there they've got the chicken shawarma with garlic sauce, seasoned chicken, naan bread, topped with tomatoes, cucumber, and garlic sauce. That's new. They got the beef and lamb gyro with tzatziki sauce, mixture of lamb and beef served with pita bread, topped with sliced onion, tomatoes, and tzatziki sauce. You got that mini lamb burger, the riso gallo, which we've had before, nice and refreshing. And now they also have these Greek donuts with honey syrup and walnuts. They're called lokumans, maybe, I think. We've also got the frozen Greek yogurt, the baklava, and baklava ice cream, and of course your cocktails and wine. So, pretty interesting. And here is a look at those lokumans. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but these are the Greek donuts with the honey syrup and walnuts. I am not sure if that is honey syrup down there or if it's grease, but hopefully it's syrup. We'll find out here when we eat it. Alright, y'all, we're gonna give this a try. Whoa. Definitely no issues with grease. This is that honey. You bite into that and it's like that honey sauce kind of shoots right into your mouth. Very sweet, but very, I don't know, it's a really nice dough. They didn't fry it until we ordered it, which really helps. But yeah, this is a really nice dessert item. It is hot, so if you're looking for a refreshing dessert, this isn't going to be it, but definitely a really nice new offering. Alright folks, we actually, after Greece yesterday, decided we had way too much food in our belly to enjoy the rest of the festival. So we're actually back the next day, and we've got a few more booths left. We got Italy, Germany, France, Mexico. So still plenty of food to try out, but we tapped out yesterday, so just fair warning. You get that 18-hole punch. Don't expect to do it all in one day, but our first stop today is going to be at Italy. So yesterday where we left off is just right over here by Orca Stadium. There's the Greece booth. You come up this way like you're heading to Tidal Surge and you run into the Italy booth. So we'll take a look at the menu really quick. There's a few things we really love here. Primarily that Italian meatball slider, gourmet meatball simmered in traditional red gravy, served on a brioche roll, topped with shaved Parmesan cheese. You can see they've got all of their grilled artisan flatbreads again. The shrimp and pesto and the meaty Italian came back, but you also have the brand new gorgonzola and roasted grape, blue cheese, grapes, red onion, honey, roasted garlic and herbs, and then of course the Mediterranean dessert, which is vanilla, mascarpone cheese, marshmallow, hazelnut, caramel, and biscotti crumble. And you've got a brand new Sicilian pistachio gelato, and the returning caramel chocolate chip cannoli, and the tiramisu gelato. And you can see there the cocktails, wine, and the wine. So all kinds of stuff over here. Also over here in Italy, you've got this fun grape photo op, which I believe is usually here, but they've just moved it over to this side this year. Of course, the booth is swinging around this way. All right, folks, we went with the classic Italian meatball slider. This is my absolute favorite thing from this Italy booth. And then we got this brand new Sicilian pistachio gelato, and we're gonna give that a try. I know we just started eating today. We're gonna do some desserts mixed in because that's just who we are. All right, folks, we're gonna try this slider first. As good as it always is. You got a really nice meatball on there, nice and good flavor, not dry at all. The bread is nice and doughy. The one thing I will say, I'd probably like to have a little bit more sauce on it, but the amount of sauce that it does have on it does keep it from being one of the messier foods here, because this is definitely a hand food, but just like every other year, super delicious. All right, let's give this brand new gelato a try. That's really nice. It's really creamy, and it has a really good flavor. It's not too overpowering. It's not really overly sweet, but it's got a really good creaminess to it. Alright, so y'all can see right in front of us is Orca Stadium. You swing around to the right and you run into the Germany booth, which is here at the SeaWorld Beer Garden. It's a very fun, in-depth booth, and I think we are actually going to, here we go, check out the menu, trying to stay out of everybody's way. So we got a couple new things here. You can see some of the returning favorites, the beer braised bratwurst with caramelized onions, braised beef with cabbage and spatzel. You've got the brand new beer cheese spatzel with beef. And then of course they've got the beer cheese spatzel with sauteed onions. They've got an apple strudel with frozen vanilla ice cream. You've got the blueberry cake ice cream, which sounds very interesting. And then of course you've got a couple cocktails there with the draft beer and bottled water. And it's worth pointing out you can get bottled water at all these booths. You can use your lanyard on that, but I wouldn't recommend it. You're better off just buying that outright. Alright folks, we decided to pick up 3 things from the Germany booth because this booth has consistently been knocking it out of the park. We got the returning favorite right here. So on the bottom part of the screen you've got the braised beef with cabbage and spatzel. Right over here you've got the all-new beer cheese spatzel with beef, which is I think just a different combination but very similar to that. And then we've got this blueberry cake ice cream, which is also new, and this looks really wild. I'm actually really excited to try that. Alright, first we're going to try this returning favorite. Yeah, just like I remembered it, super delicious. The beef has so much flavor. The spatzel is really nice, and the cabbage, of course, is a good touch on that. Just no complaints, it's so good. We're going to try the other one, which is the beef spatzel with the beer cheese, which might be a little bit heavier. Let's find out. Whoa, that's interesting. So even though these two look the same, this one has all that cheese in it. It gives it a completely different flavor. And I don't know what I was expecting with the beer cheese, but it is straight up beer cheese, delicious. But definitely a little bit heavier than the other one, so just keep that in mind if you're out here on a hot day. Let's try this ice cream real fast. This ice cream is so pretty. It's very interesting. It's like very fluffy. You've got like your hints of the cake in there. The blueberry has like a good acidity. So one thing I can say about it is not overly sweet, but very refreshing. So I'm actually really digging some of these dessert options that aren't just like crazy sweet, because you have more longevity in the festival, and then when it gets hot out here, you're not struggling because you have all that sugar in you. So it's another really good option. Our second to last booth stop is right here, just outside Journey to Atlantis, the water ride they have over here. And you have the France booth representing the North Atlantic. You can see we've got 2 new crepes this year, the crab spinach herbed cream cheese with Parmesan Mornay sauce. You've got the mushroom, spinach, and Swiss for $7.99. And then you've got some returning ones with the chocolate, cherries, and cream, and the banana and strawberry hazelnut. These are all delicious. I think we're going to try one of these new ones. You can also see that we've got the salted butter caramel ice cream that's new, and you can also snag some bottled water here as well. Alright everyone, we went ahead and got the crab and spinach crepe here at the France booth. You can kind of see some of the goodness in there, topped with some cheese. These are always really good and really fresh, so let's give it a try. Alright, we're going to give this crepe a try. Oh, okay. It's really interesting. You almost can't even taste the crepe, but the filling on the inside with the cheese on top, you definitely get a crab taste. I'm not really tasting a lot of spinach. I know the crab's going to overpower that, but if you like seafood, I think this is a good one for you. But if you're on the fence or you don't like seafood, there's definitely a lot of crab taste in there. So just a heads up, I really like it. It's nice. Tastes really good. It's well seasoned. Of course, they have the dessert crepes that you can get here. So if you don't want the seafood, you can still get a crepe. They have plenty of other options. And our final stop on our adventure around the Seven Seas Food Festival is Mexico. And one of their big shows just let out, so there's a lot of people over here. But this booth is actually very close to Sesame Street Bay of Play. It is, you know, when we got into the park, we went to the left. If you go to the right, this is the first booth you're gonna run into. All right, y'all, here's a look at that Mexico menu. You can see we've got the fried elote con queso that came back, the brand new chicken mole fries, chicken spice mole sauce, queso fresco, coriander and fried russet potato, and then of course you have all of your artisan street tacos. They come with 2 each. So you have the achiote chicken with fresh citrus salsa. You've got the cochinita pibil, which is pulled pork, purple cabbage, cotija cheese, pickled red onion, micro cilantro, fresh lime, habanero salsa. And then you've got the returning Baja grilled shrimp, shredded braised beef. You've also got sopapillas, and also new for this year is Mexican hot chocolate ice cream. And there's a look at your cocktails and your draft beer. All right, y'all, we went all out to finish up our sampler at Mexico. We did end up using the 1 free sample that they give you with your pass. That is for a limited time, so make sure you check out your pass portal. But you can see here on the bottom, we've got the fried elote con queso. We've got the artichoke chicken with fresh citrus salsa. And we've got the cochinita pibil, which is like a pulled pork with the purple cabbage there. So I know I butchered that. That's what I do. But this stuff looks so good. All right, y'all, we're gonna try the elote right now, which is definitely one of the messier things. They do give you a lemon, or excuse me, a lime. So let me try to get that on there. All right, this is a messy one. Yeah, that's really good. So like I said, super messy, but the corn is really well cooked. It just kind of falls right off of the cob. And then of course you got all your traditional seasonings up top. Really good. All right, we're moving on to these street tacos, which can also get a little messy. All right, let's try this pulled pork one. Got a really good spice to it. I will say it fell right apart when I bit into it. So a little bit of a struggle on that one. But all the ingredients are really fresh. Tortilla's not too bad, but yeah, just kind of fell apart. And definitely a little bit, that spice is really lingering. So if you're sensitive to spice, you might want to watch out for that one. Let's try this chicken one. I'm not even gonna try to say the name again. It's got a lot of sweetness to it, whereas the other one, a little bit heavier, spicy. This one, a lot more on the sweet side, a lot fresher. So kind of 2 ends of the spectrum with 2 taco offerings there. So these are all really good. I really knocked it out of the park this year. Also over here in Mexico, you have some live entertainment, and they're actually starting up right now. All right, everyone, that wraps up the 7 Seas Food Festival here at SeaWorld San Antonio. I can say this is probably the best experience I've had with the food festival ever. It's definitely kind of rejuvenated itself post-pandemic. It had a, you know, last year wasn't too bad, but this year I think all of the food was a knockout, all the service we got, everything. So highly recommend it. Our 2 favorite booths after we went all around would be Germany and Hawaii. I think Hawaii did a really good job kind of reinventing their menu. It's delicious. Of course, Germany is always delicious. Probably like a close 3rd place for me would be the Mexico booth. Love the tacos, love that elote. So you really can't go wrong at any of the booths. Those are just our favorites. I will say, if you're worried about messy factor, some of your messier foods are going to be from Mexico and the Hawaii booth as well, because you have a lot of those little handheld things. Sometimes in Italy, but not too bad. So if y'all have any questions about the 7 Seas Food Festival, let us know in the comments below. Also head out to, or I should say head over to amusementsource.media. We do have a full guide for the festival. We'll post some photos and you can see all of our other reviews there as well. Kind of one last thing, Catapult Falls is really coming along. It's going to be a really fun ride, I think, and a really unique log ride. I love to see the log rides coming back, so I hope this one's a big hit. As you could see, they're moving right along, so hopefully here within the next few months we'll have an opening date, and we'll be ready to ride the thing. We thank you all for watching. Take care. We'll see you soon.